Glenn, Angie from Tallerwood Real Estate. Here's a little video I've put together for you. As promised, I'll just go into slideshow here for the moment. First, this is just a general listing presentation that I give. So I'll go over this first with you and then narrow down to your particular property. I won't go through this exhaustively because I'll also send you the PDF, but this is just a bit of information on listing your property and the processes that we adopt when we help a vendor sell. Agent selection. Well, this is us. That's me there. That's Tilly. Tilly comes to work every day. She's our CEO, Client Entertainment Officer, as she was cleverly called by Mel, this lovely Mel we've got here. And we've also got Karen, who's just come on board as well. We've just got to update this presentation. Okay, here's a couple of recent testimonials. I've also got to add to this one, but you have a read through those. Pretty positive experiences our vendors have experienced, as you'll see. Advertising, we have a little brochure outside our office which we produce for the properties that we have for sale, which people come by and take. Photos, well, professional versus standard. We'll get some more. We've got the aerial views of your property, and for land that will suffice. So this slide's generally about houses. Brochure and a floor plan. We'll have a brochure, which we also put in our window. Not a floor plan, obviously, but a map indicating the size of the property in our window. We go on to domain, realestate.com, and all homes. And of course our own webpage. 43% of our sales come from the internet, so obviously we have to be on there. And Facebook, we put on our Facebook and do social boosts to target specific areas who are interested in properties in the region. And I can run through that with you in more detail if you would like. So again, domain, all homes, domain rural, we automatically go onto that for free. Realestate.com.au, that costs $300 to go onto realestate.com.au, and that's the only part of this marketing campaign that I'll ask you to cover, because with domain I can put as many listings on as I want with my subscription, so it doesn't cost any more. And you've got to be on both because there's overlap between the sites, but it's not exclusive. So you do get some people that look at domain only, and vice versa for realestate.com.au. So for Old Bar, they're different for different suburbs. It's around the $300 mark, but I'll get that specific figure for you. For sale signs, 25% of our sales inquiries come from property signboards. So naturally, we'll have to have a couple of big signs outside of your place. This is our office, should I say. We're in Tuncurry. I don't know if you know Tuncurry well, but this is the so-called golden mile of Tuncurry. The foot traffic that we get coming past here is just remarkable. At any given moment, depending upon the time of day, of course, there's somebody looking in our window and dropping into the office. So we get a lot of exposure to the local community. Open for inspections, well, that won't apply in this case, of course. Different methods of selling, auctions versus expression of interest, or price on application. So it's auction versus private treaty. Private treaty is the best, just a stated asking price as opposed to auction in this case. Now, getting the price right, we'll get onto price specifically a bit later, but what we find, and we can monitor this because we can get the statistics from domain and realestate.com about how many people have actually looked at your property. And if we see, for example, when we put it online, well, if you do choose that you would like to work with us, what we do is we monitor. So if we find that you're getting, let's say, 200 views, to want to use a fairly low figure actually, because our campaigns do go extensively, but if you were getting 200 views and you're getting no inspections and no offers, that means, typically the price is just too high. And if you find that 10% generally over market value, and if you find that you're getting multiple inspections but no offers, and it's obviously hard with a block of land to exactly monitor the inspections because people might just drive past and decide yes or no based on that. But generally the point remains, if someone's interested, they'll call me and we consider that a proper inspection. So if we're still not getting inspections or offers, typically we're still too high. We're asking too much. And then there's a third category, which is where we want to find ourselves, and that's the right price. And when you're at the right price, you draw in multiple inspections and multiple offers. Now, if we do have to go through the price reduction phase, well, as I say, we monitor it very carefully based on inspections and offers and inspections, and we feed that information back to you. And then together we have to strategize as to what to do. Now, by lowering your asking price, just say that did happen along the track, you're not necessarily lowering your acceptance price. And I'll give you a very good example of that I just recently had. I had a property in Sydney for sale, and the asking price was $1,150,000. So, and it had been on higher than that. That was our price reduction price. Okay, that got more people coming through the doors. Then we got multiple inspections and multiple offers. We had 2 people really competing for the property and wanting it, and the sale price that we achieved was $1,235,000. So just getting the more people in there to look, creating that competition, you can often drive the price up. That's not in every case, of course, but I've experienced that quite a lot. Okay, this next slide again is about picking a time or picking a price. If you're over asking price, it might take 24 weeks, 2 to 5 years. If you're under, it will, that you could go within 24 hours. And I always find it funny when agents promote that they've had a very quick sale, is it within 24 hours or 1 day or 9 hours? And to me, that just screams one thing: they were not asking enough money. Okay, so that's just a little bit more about the advantages of proper pricing. We'll send you this through as a PowerPoint presentation, as I said, so you can read through it if you'd like to. Or maybe it's a little bit dry. I don't know. Okay, next. I'll just get to I've got 2 specific documents open here relating to, okay. So this is what you've already seen that Mel produced about the proposed new township area and the proximity of your place to that township area. Now, obviously, when you do that, when you put in a big township area like that, property prices go up, and that's just, obviously the ABC of real estate. So that's really good for you. I think that you and Brooke actually purchased that property for a very good price at the start, and that it's worth a lot more based on the current market conditions. And I'll run through that with you now. That rationale is how we've arrived at the price that we have. Okay, that's your property there. The cadastral view. Now look at these 2 properties that have recently sold. I'll also send this through to you in case it's a bit difficult to see, or maybe I can zoom in here. Hang on. That's going. Okay, look, 122 Heron Road, Old Bar. It says house, but the house is just a little. It's nothing. You have a look on the internet at it.
It's a hippie shack.
It's a hippie shack, Mel said. I'd agree with that. Really nothing to speak of. So, and it's along a creek. Okay, so that just sold for 410. So the rationale that Mel and I have used is, okay, well, while it's a hippie shack, I like that. I'm going to use that. You've still got to add 50 odd grand for that because it is a dwelling as such, and then maybe 50 grand because I'm talking comparable to your property at this stage. Because it is by a creek and you do pay a premium for water. Now, then we look at 6 Peats Avenue in Wallaby Point. So I'm just sort of seeing, you pick an upper and a lower level and then you meet in between based upon the features of the property. So 6 Peats Avenue, Wallaby Point, much smaller than yours, a sold price of $275 just in November 2016. So now what this one has going for it is the fact that it's cleared. Your property's not cleared, and that, I know buyers will just come along and just see dollar signs flashing in their eyes as to how much they have to spend to get the areas that they're allowed to get cleared. And then, but 122 Heron Road, Old Bar, that's pretty much uncleared as well. And I know there are restrictions upon what can and can't be cleared, but still money has to be put into it. So I think really the most comparable one is 122 Heron Road, Old Bar. Now, as I said, we we deduct $50,000 for the house. I hope I'm making sense here, Glenn. $50,000 for the house and $50,000 for the creek. But then we think, okay, well, your property is actually closer to the township. So what does that add? You know, it's sort of you weigh up the pros and cons, and this is how we arrive at a price. So based on all that, then we add back for proximity. And based on all that, we have come to a proposed sale price, or an estimated range of the value of your property of $320,000 to $340,000. And that's being realistic, and you can see how we've arrived at those prices. It's not just, grab it, because obviously the market and what people are paying dictates what another property is worth. So this 122 Heron Road has sort of set a bit of a benchmark in the area now, which is great. And Mel's just reminding me, this is true too, another thing that adds value to your property is it's the only one of its kind and size left vacant in the area. And obviously that creates, that's a premium property when there's only one left. So that's where you target and you make that a very strong advertising point, and we'll write a creative ad around all of that. Okay, I think I'm pretty much there. 17 Pete's Avenue, Wallaby Point. That's for sale now, a block of land for $375. Of course, asking price is a very different thing from sale price, but it sort of gives an idea of where the others are at. So our suggestion would be to go on the market at $360 and monitor it very closely, because you don't want it to stick around forever and people start thinking things are wrong with it. You sort of hit it hard and fast, but the speed with which you do price reductions varies depending on what type of property you've got. So if it's a unit in Sydney or something, they go quickly. You've got to act fast. But because it's land in Old Bar, well, there's the average days on market is a lot higher. So anyway, we can talk about all the details around that, but that's just the general gist. So we will send you through these documents, Glenn, so you can have a look over them. And the contract of sale is underway with Stacks. They were quite easy to deal with, which is good. It's not always the case with conveyancers and solicitors. So everything's underway. And if you're happy to proceed with us at this point, we'd be delighted to assist you with this sale. We'll send through an agency agreement for you to sign, and Brooke would have to sign it too. So I don't know how you want to work that one, but we can discuss that. And so that's our next step. But have a look through this. Give me a call if there are any questions. I'm just waiting on the contract, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Hope that wasn't too long-winded. Mel, was that too long-winded? No. Okay. Good on you, Glenn. Thank you for the opportunity to provide you with this information. All the very best. Bye-bye.